A new research is pointing towards a COVID link, and it answers.
Hey degenerates, Brian here, your favorite voice of global chaos with a dash of common sense you didn't know you needed. Tonight, we've got it all. Obama playing chess with redistricting in California, Judge Frank Caprio, the man who made tickets disappear with a wink, finally hanging up his robe. And federal officials in D.C. getting a loud and public reminder that some people just don't like being told what to do. Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook is making headlines again. Oh, and science has found a new way for COVID to ruin your arteries. Grab your popcorn. This is Brian Post. Obama endorses Newsom's redistricting strategy. So apparently, former President Barack Obama has decided that democracy wasn't already confusing enough and jumped into California's congressional maps debate. He's endorsing Governor Gavin Newsom's plan to redraw districts mid-decade because why wait for the next election when you can, strategically nudge the voters? Obama calls it smart and responsible, which translates to, we're about to play political Tetris and only we get to move the blocks. This all comes after Texas Republicans pulled their own gerrymander stunt, so now it's basically a cross-country game of political revenge. Newsom's plan, Proposition 50, temporarily suspends California's Independent Redistricting Commission. Don't worry, voters. They'll give it back in a few years. Meanwhile, political nerds everywhere are screaming into their spreadsheet. Okay, so democracy is a board game and we're all just pawns. Now, speaking of people with actual moral compasses, or at least a reputation for one, Judge Frank Caprio passes away at 88. Judge Frank Caprio has died at 88. Yes, that Judge Frank, the man who made Caught in Providence a global sensation by letting empathy rule in a world full of tickets and fines. He passed away after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Caprio wasn't just a judge. He was like the human version of a warm cookie. People loved him for his fairness, his kindness, and the fact that he occasionally made grown adults cry. Tears of relief, not despair. And yet somewhere in the halls of government, there's probably a bunch of bureaucrats thinking, who allowed nice to be part of justice? Rest easy, Frank. Your courtroom is now just slightly less magical. And now, from courtroom winks to street-level protests. Public figures heckled in D.C. Vice President J.D. Vance, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and White House aide Stephen Miller went to Union Station in D.C. expecting to maybe smile at some troops, and instead got a chorus of boos, chants, and creative slogans like Free DC and Get the Military Out of Our Streets. Miller, of course, couldn't resist insulting protesters, calling them stupid white hippies. Because if you're going to be heckled, you might as well escalate it with a historical reference to Woodstock. Classic. Meanwhile, the people filming it all on their phones are basically getting free content for TikTok. Democracy in action. Loud, messy, and slightly humiliating. While politicians and federal officials are busy getting booed in D.C., it turns out the financial world isn't immune to public humiliation either. Enter Lisa Cook, Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, under fire. Meanwhile, back in the world of finance and federal oversight, Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook is making headlines. Again. She's being called out over alleged mortgage fraud related to misrepresented primary residences. Cook, of course, waved it off like a bad Yelp review, insisting she's innocent and staying put. But let's be honest, whenever a government official gets caught in something this messy, it's like watching a soap opera unfold, only with slightly higher interest rates. Keep your eyes on her, folks. This is the kind of thing that makes financial news actually fun. If your definition of fun is mild public outrage mixed with awkward press conferences. And while the money world shakes, let's jump to something even your arteries would scold you for ignoring. COVID-19, vascular aging, the aftermath. Remember part 1? When we talked about COVID secretly aging your veins like a fine wine gone bad? Well, scientists are doubling down. Turns out this accelerated vascular aging can linger for years. So congratulations, that asymptomatic COVID infection you bragged about on Instagram? Your heart may still be writing a strongly worded letter to you, demanding better lifestyle choices. It's like your body's passive-aggressively reminding you that partying and fast food are not age-proof. All right, we've had arteries, hecklers, judges, and redistricting drama. Let's tie it all together before you start questioning humanity entirely. So what did we learn today, friends? Obama is playing political chess, Newsom is redrawing your districts, Judge Caprio is finally at peace, federal officials in D.C. got roasted in public, your arteries are plotting their revenge, and Lisa Cook is, well, still Lisa Cook. If you enjoyed watching Reality and Chaos Collide, smash that subscribe button and hit like. Trust me, your arteries will thank you later. Stay tuned, because tomorrow we'll bring you more world chaos, political weirdness, and the kind of science that makes you question all your life choices.